Recording.
Oh, great.
Fabulous. So everybody, this is Elissa Scott. She is the tea lady, the menopause tea lady. And I had a chat to her a while ago to ask if she would speak on this summit. And I just loved her from the get-go. And so I would like to introduce her. She's created the Menopause Tea, and it was their 5th birthday, that's right, isn't it, in October, and it was one of her dreams. Fabulous. So it's a certified organic caffeine-free herbal tea for all stages of menopause to assist women worldwide with a natural alternative in a chemically driven world, which is so true. Tell us a little bit about it, because you put for your title of your talk, From Homeless to Millionaire. What, why, how? Tell me, so exciting.
Well, firstly, thanks heaps for connecting, and congratulations on your event today.
Thank you.
It takes a lot of energy to put events on. And I think I'm a big believer of the universe puts people together, and we were just meant to be at 10:23. So, you know, the thing is, the reason I'd like to join, not only for the tea, but to just share with you, it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what road you've walked, anything is truly possible. You've just got to believe. And it doesn't matter if you've lived on the streets and you're an ex-alcoholic and drug addict, it's up to you to make a choice. You can either be a victim to your circumstances, or you can grab life and go and make your life. And that's exactly what I did. And it's really interesting. I was only reflecting the other day that I was brought up in such a negative, horrible German concentration sort of existence. And, you know, I was just born into the wrong family. And it was funny because there used to be a tree outside my bedroom where I was locked in quite often. And I remember thinking, yeah, someone else is obviously worse off than me. And then I was really badly bullied at school by women, and so hated. So I used to just leave. But it's really ironic now that I serve women all over the world with my tea. And some of the bullies have even bought my tea, and I'm thinking, I wonder if they know that's me. And it's about love and moving people's souls forward. So, you know, I sell the tea and to them, and I just bless it away. And, you know, they were obviously going through their own shit at that time. So the rest is history. So yeah, basically I know what it's like to have no one love me, and yeah, but that's okay. It's forgiveness and move forward. You know, life's short.
I think the thing about feeling like no one loves you is the understanding that it really doesn't matter as long as you love yourself, you know, and when you start loving yourself, other people start loving you more too.
Yeah, and we're here for such a short time. 0 to 18, you go to school. 18 to 60, you have to work. Why don't you work in your own passion? Why don't you walk your own truth? Why? We've all got unique fingerprints. Why do you want to look like Vanessa? Why do you want to look like Simone? I don't know. Does my head in when I think about that. Walk your truth.
Exactly.
And you'll be very successful. And always remember, today, no, I don't want your tea. But guess what? I'm ringing you tomorrow. Tomorrow means yes.
Yeah.
Never know.
Tell me, what did you do before you created the tea? Like, how did it all come about?
So I had a recruitment agency. Wow. And I specifically recruited for what you wanted to do in life. It wasn't just like I had a job there, or you would let me know that you wanted to be a medical receptionist. You didn't actually be a nurse, but you wanted to be a medical receptionist. So I'd go and find that job for you. And that was very rewarding type of recruitment. I retired at 40. I launched a charity for the homeless. So I've got 100% success rate of housing the homeless with no government funding.
Brilliant.
And I've got social enterprises all over the world. I've had the most amazing life, but I created it and lived my truth. And that was why I was so successful. I never have to work another day of my life. And I was lying in bed and had this dream. What's this, menopause? So I woke up from my dream, and I was just guided the whole way to bring out this menopause tea. And it's a beautiful community affair, people, from the people that make my tea here in Australia to the tea packers. So you often find one of my tea packers are a woman that's leaving domestic violence, a woman that has mental health issues, a homeless person, or just recently, the disabled in the wheelchairs. I've been packing my tea, and that's bloody hilarious. Yeah, so fun. And it's not about the money. It's only $1 a tea bag, and it's saved lives. The stories have been phenomenal over the last 5 years. And why did I create it? Because we need a natural alternative in a chemically driven world. And Vanessa, as far as I was aware, on day one, Adam sat next to Eve, next to an apple tree, not a chemist shop.
True. So what symptoms, you know, when you were creating it, did you have symptoms at the time that you were thinking, okay, I want to create something that's going to help these symptoms?
I just saw a lot of information on the internet that the chemical brings on breast cancer. Well, my biggest competition. I don't really want to say the words you all know, the 3 letters. And I was like, oh, there must be something out there that's more natural. And so researching the most amazing people in the world as well. And, you know, and if you're not spiritual, you won't believe this, but someone had my hand, and it's not since I've done my ancestor.com that I have realized and found back in the 1800s, I'm related to Madame Langdon, and she was a medical herbalist and a fortune teller.
Wow.
And now I'm the tea lady and a palm reader. So it's come through the DNA.
That's amazing.
I know, it's so exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, so the symptoms I've had, I'm just a cranky old bitch. And I was like, you know, the universe, you know, I can't be more specific. The universe took me. Someone took my hand, took me to the laptop, made it all happen. It was a beautiful moment in time. And, you know, we donate proceeds to ovarian cancer, the little guys, because 1 in 4 women pass away and there's no tests. And always living outside the box, you know. I even tell people on the street, if they ask me a question, without a doubt, you've taken up my time, guess what I'm going to tell you? I have a tea bag, first in the world, for menopause.
Amazing. Tell me a little bit more, because I find it fascinating. And we were just talking earlier about dreaming with Kim, who's a homeopath. And so have you always listened to your dreams quite so vividly, or have you, when you were younger, kind of thought, oh, it's just I'm dreaming about it, and, you know, just carried on with life?
No, my dreams, they all come true.
Fabulous.
You know, I even like, you know, wanted to thank Rod Stewart for the memories in my life, because his songs just brought me happiness. And I went over to Vegas and Penny took us up on stage, and I was able to thank him for his music, and he pulled me in for a kiss. And then I won a one-on-one competition with him, and the prize was a one-on-one, to speak to Rod Stewart. And I was beamed over the world in front of 94 million people. So you've got to follow your dreams. I'm living proof many, many times that mine have come true. And they're so vivid, they're in color, so much fun.
And this is the thing, because find this a lot with my hypnotherapy clients, that you need to dream with all your five senses, don't you? So that is more realistic, and you believe that it is actually your life, rather than dreaming, oh, that's something I'm going to do in the future. Actually becoming your dream.
Yeah, exactly. And when you live to the beat of your own drum and you follow the universe, like number 4, for example, it means angels, and it's really predominant in my life. And it's funny, the stories around number 4. And when you can just see and you're open to look for the signs and the right way, you know, I even live at 244, you know, it's just crazy. And I always knew there was someone else out there that had a harder life than me. And I don't know, I just walk my truth. And it's sort of, if you want to come, great. If you don't, that's your journey. You know, you have to work it all out. And that's the beauty of life. I thought when I launched Menopause Tea as well, Vanessa, I thought, yeah, I'm going to be number 1 in the world and fuck off, you know, the other competition and get out of my way. And all of a sudden I stopped and I was like, hey, I've got it all wrong. Guess what it is? It's the journey of meeting women like you, working with them one at a time to make them have the best life possible and to get their marriages back on track, to alleviate those hot flushes, to get them sleeping so they can function. And during that time, incredible things have happened. Incredible. You know, some of these beautiful women, oh, just stunning. And also connecting their businesses and what they do and share it with other like-minded people. And this, us girls have to stick together.
Exactly. And this is how I think I got in touch with you, because I think, if I remember rightly, it was Sally Ann Hartnell who had your teas, and she said, oh, you've got to get in touch. And I think that's part of it, you know, being in communication and being open enough to say, like, I'm struggling, or I'm really suffering with X, Y, or Z, because everybody knows that it is better when you talk about things, but it's not always easy to talk about things. It's almost making yourself get out there, and almost like, you know, having a little teacher on your shoulder going, go on, go and talk to someone, go and ask the questions that you need to, even if you feel a little bit awkward about it. And just getting that communication and helping.
I have a really interesting goal for the next stage of Menopause Tea. And it's somehow, maybe I'll have to go to Harvard University and speak to the lecturers there, and maybe Sydney University, that doctors really need to start understanding menopause. When I walked the earth 5 years ago, I was like an alien with this tea bag. And now menopause, as you know, all over the world has become an industry. We've got yoga and we've got potions, and everyone's jumping on the train of menopause, which is fantastic. And the thing is, the doctors are lagging behind, because when the machine broke down in China that makes those tablets, they were prescribing antidepressants for menopause. What is that? You know, have a look at Chinese medicine, or even have a look at natural alternatives that are out there. The market is saturated, but the cream will always rise to the top. And my tea is made with 5 recommended herbs for menopause. I will even make you your own tea bag if you can't have black cohosh, because it's been bagged to the hilts by the doctors. And pharma controls earth. And I will walk my truth till the end of my life. And it may be the next generation that comes through with my granddaughter that can show there is other alternatives than pills and needles. And as I said, there was no chemist shops on day 1 of Earth, and dinosaurs ate plants, and everything you need is in the earth. And I'm a really big believer and advocate for that. And I walk my truth.
It's interesting how in certain parts of the world there aren't so, you know, processed foods and chemicals and just a load of crap, basically. They have less, you know, prevalence of menopausal symptoms and stuff, and their bodies just naturally change, and they don't have all this crazy stuff, feeling crazy, and you know, all the symptoms that go with it. And it just goes to show all the processed toxins, chemicals, you know, you name the big long list of things, even so much as, you know, screen time and stuff like that, that we just plow ourselves with. It just sends our hormones crazy. And so our bodies are just saying, stop, have something natural.
Also, I'd like to share with you, it's really interesting because every woman that comes to me with an ailment, I check out what's actually happening in their lives. And a lot of them, and if any of you are watching, red wine, lots of chocolate before bed.
Yeah.
So come on, let's detox in the morning with some lemon and water. And we have to change the red wine to vodka, ladies. And there's so much hidden sugar, as you know, in so many foods, and it affects your mental health. But look, I'm the happiest woman on the planet, and the richest woman you'll ever meet, because I've got my health, I've got my family. I don't want for anything apart from world peace and kindness. And really, kindness rocks. And you wanted some information, or before, one of your questions last night was, what are the symptoms when you're on the pill? Did anyone answer that?
No, not yet.
Okay. So I was thinking anxiety. There's actually 40 ailments to menopause. Yeah.
Crazy.
So I've been writing a lot of articles lately and having them published in the UK and also in blogs here in Sydney. And, you know, even sore breasts, that's not even spoken about.
Yeah.
Ringing in the ears. There's so many ailments.
And that's the thing. I think there's so many that we've never heard of, that we just think that's something different.
Yeah.
When you become more aware of all those different symptoms and all those weird and wonderful little symptoms that you've never heard of, and would like be confused to think, well, why would you get ringing in the ears because of menopause? Yeah. You know, once you understand that that can be related to the hormones, it just makes things a little bit more clearer. And, you know, you kind of think, okay, I can put a reason to it, rather than just thinking, oh my God, what's happening?
I know, because like the lady who was on the pill and, you know, her period stopped, say, for example, with the question, like, how do you know my periods have stopped, you know, things like that. So when you understand, as we just spoke about, there are 40 ailments to menopause, but everyone just goes, sleepless nights, hot flushes, periods stop. No, we become crazy psychos. Like, how many of us have woken up wanting to kill our partners? Like, I hate you. Like, where did you come from? What am I even with you? Get away from me. Even those sort of things of your mind chatter. But, and you know what's beautiful about my tea? It's so cool. Even men can drink it. It's so funny. I'm going to write a book on that, because I have a really awesome lady in Melbourne, and she was like, my husband's a trucker, he works shift work, he can't sleep. And she said, can we put him on the tea? And I was like, yeah, let's knock him out for sure. He'll leave you alone for ages.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that was really cool, except he said to me, don't you ever let anyone know I'm a menopause tea. Can you change it to truckie tea?
Brilliant. Now, there's a couple of questions.
Okay.
One being, on your website, is it just the one tea that covers the broad spectrum of many perimenopause symptoms, or are there separate teas for separate symptoms?
No, you'll see on the website we have a trial pack. We have a subscription offer. I've got quite a few ladies on the subscription where they don't have to think, and they just get the tea delivered every month, and that has free postage. Or you can just get a monthly pack. There's just one tea, and in the tea bag, it's got 5 recommended herbs for menopause. And each of those herbs, and it comes with the instructions on the website, have a specific thing to do to your body. So it could be sleep, anxiety, the hot flushes, of course. There's a beautiful woman in Melbourne, and she had a stroke, and her doctor said, nope, you can't have menopause tea. It's got black cohosh in it. And she wrote to me, and I was like, don't worry, Mary, I'm going to make you your own tea bags. And so I get all the herbs. I'm even growing some out there as well to even be fresh. And I make up her own little tea bags. And my partner comes home. He's like, what are you doing? You look like a drug dealer, because I've got the scales out, you know. And I make it with love, because it's not about the money. It's about each individual woman that the universe brings to me and their overall health.
Yeah, amazing. Another question, how often should you drink the tea? Good question.
It's a lovely question. Thank you very much. So 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. So 2 cups before bed, because the body works beautiful while we're sleeping to repair. So 2 cups before bed. And you guess what, ladies? You can get 3 cups out of each tea bag. So it's bloody value. So 2 before bed for a week, and then just add a 10 a.m. And you can send me an email anytime. I respond to everything, and just check in and say, look, what shall I do? You know, should I keep going? Or I have one lady, she doesn't even need to drink it. She just drinks it because her friend gave her a cup and she likes it. And you can drink it hot or cold, add a bit of lemon or honey to flavor, up to you.
That's really good to know, because, you know, with a lot of teas that may be for certain things, you know, different blends of herbal teas, and you get it and the name sounds really amazing and you taste it and then you're like, oh. So if people are actually drinking it who don't actually need it for their menopausal symptoms because they think it tastes nice, that's an added bonus for it.
I do want to jump in there and just say something. Because it's certified organic and straight out of the earth, it is really earthy. So you need to make it the color of light yellow to start. And because our tongues have been so brainwashed by hidden sugar, some of the ladies do like to have a drip of essential oils or lemon or honey to flavor. I had a lady ring me and go, can I put milk in it? And I was like, enter at your own risk. You know. And some ladies, they make it like an iced tea, which is so cute. You can do whatever, but just be aware that's how life should have been. That's how tomato should have been tasting, straight out of the earth. But we've lost that as we've gone along, you know, and what's happened behind the scenes in all our foods.
Yeah, I think as well with, you know, whether it be a good old English breakfast tea or a coffee, you know, people are so used to having it strong because they need the energy. And the first thing you do is stick a tea bag in and make it quite strong, or you do in my house. So I'm glad you said that, so that people don't, you know, burn the living daylights out of the tea bags. It's interesting because when I lived in Hong Kong, obviously green tea is a big thing over there, and all the families used to serve tea in their little teapot and their little tiny cups. And when I first got there and someone served me some, I looked in the little cup and I just thought, oh my God, that looks like pale wee. So is that the kind of color you're looking for when you make the tea, like a really pale wee?
That's it. That's how I say it. Make it the color of wee. I mean, you can go stronger. I mean, if I have a cup, I'm always like looking where I've left it, because that's another thing. You go in, how many of you ladies have gone in the kitchen and go, what am I here for? What was I here for? Yeah. The old brain fog, you know.
Yes.
But the rest is history, really. Any questions, you can email me. I'm happy to, whatever it may be. I mean, even vagina dryness is an ailment. You know, those sort of things aren't being discussed. And people get embarrassed. So not anymore, girls. We're going to bring this out. We're going to stick together. And just know that, you know, you don't always have to go chemical. But you know, what I find really rewarding is when they have been on chemicals and then they come onto my tea with success. I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you can go on my website. I've cut and pasted exactly how the ladies have always written back to me over the 5 years. There's no bullshit. I just walk the truth. There's no like paid testimonials or anything out like that. And I just cut it exactly how their journey has been. And every single woman that comes into my life, I always ask them, tell me all about what's been happening so then I can help the next lady. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey, I love it. I mean, who lives with 15,000 tea bags, lady?
One last question.
Yes, go for it.
How can you keep the tea bags fresh, especially during our summer months?
I know. So basically the ones that come in the box, or is the lady asking once she's used the tea bag once? Maybe she's asking that.
Nerissa, do you mean once you've used the tea bag once or just in the box? And also, both.
Good on you, darling. Thanks a lot. Pressure. Okay, so what a lot of ladies do, so say, for example, they have the 4 p.m, they will put it in the fridge. They do wrap it in plastic, but the tea bags aren't plastic. They're made of cornstarch, so they're biodegradable as well. Okay. So they'll pop it in the fridge on a plate and then bring it out for the 9 p.m. Or I have quite a few ladies, they'll make flasks up of the tea to drink it throughout the day and get it ready and things like that. Yeah. Now, as for rolling on to the lady has placed an order and it comes in the box, I have some beautiful ladies, because they're funny, they send me pictures of their teapots and like how they store them. So you can put it in a jar if you want to keep it in the box that it comes in. Often also, Vanessa, I want to tell everyone out there, I send it flat packed because right when the beginning, the postman,
yes,
so you'll find it comes flat. And then I've been using sugar-based, the plastic bags that they're making that are plant-based. Yeah. And some of them are sugarcane based. So I'm trying those to actually send out. So it keeps it nice and fresh.
Fabulous. Yeah. And then is 80 degrees good for brewing?
Yeah, why not?
Nerissa asked that one as well. So she must be a little bit of a tea connoisseur because all my tea just gets a boiled kettle and that's it.
I have, I had a couple of ladies just in the last month. This has been interesting. They've actually put cold water in a cup and then they like it lukewarm. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I've always been throw it in, boil the water 100 degrees and then just leave it until I remember.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
And whatever happens, it's beautiful. And you know what's really exciting? Tea will travel. I just sent some over to Washington, Puerto Rico.
Fabulous.
Germany. I've got famous people on the tea. Really funny. That's really funny, those stories. And I love where it goes and everything gets blessed when it's sent overseas or put in the shops. I've just signed 95 shops up in South Australia. I want to give a big cheerio to Metcash and IGA and Foodworks, the independent community focused and charitable like my soul. And that's why I went with IGA right in the beginning. Yep. I've just signed 95 shops up in South Australia. I want to give a big hurrah to Metcash. Absolutely brilliant. And hang on a sec, I'll be back. I'm just going to get my book because this is really cool. So I wanted to write my life story and bits about the tea. So unlock your Feminessence Code. I've got to give it a plug because on the day that 19 of us women wrote our life stories, it got published and it got put out in the world. We became Amazon's #1 bestseller. And we also won 4 categories, #1, and we knocked Michelle Obama
first
place. and it's got all about my tea and the journey in there. Fabulous and beautiful women. If you want to connect, I'm selling all these or giving them away. It all depends what the universe says, and I'm giving all the money to children with dementia because they don't know.
So what I will do is, after the summit, I'll email you and get your details for the book.
And here's Menopause Tea.
And I'll let everybody know about the book as well.
You might even like get one for free in your tea order. You never know.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Now, one last thing. What would be your wise words or advice to everybody?
I've got a really beautiful saying, and it's live the life you love the life you live. And I'll see you on the other side.
Perfect.
Be safe. Take care. No means yes. And us girls have to stick together because it's going to be a rocky road for the next couple of months. And high vibrations, everyone, because we can't let anything get us down. Okay.
No. Thank you so much. And
it was really cool to hang out. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.